All right, Systems 2 test is going to be over graphing, substitution, and elimination, all the different methods for solving systems. Now, unless it specifically tells you to show your work using a certain method, you can use whichever method you prefer. Now here on number 1, what's the best estimate of the solution for the systems represented by the graph? Okay, it says estimate, so you could just try to extend your lines and kind of see where they cross. And to me, it looks like it's right here at -4, -1. That could at least let you eliminate some answer choices. But how you actually do it is you're going to continue on your slope. So here, to get from this point to this point, I'm going down 3, 1, 2, 3, and left 1. So 1, 2, 3, left 1. 1, 2, 3, left 1. Okay, I just want to brag on myself for a second. That was an amazing line. Okay, this one, to go from here, I'm going up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2. Okay, again, I apparently can draw really straight lines today. So yes, the point of intersection or the solution is -4, -1. So we were looking the point of intersection. Remember, to get your credit, you've got to show work. I would count the graph as work, but this little note can just help you remember what exactly you're looking for. All right, which method would be best or quickest for solving the system below? Okay, this is the most efficient method, okay, which means which one would require the least amount of steps. So here, the answer, we've got one in standard form and one of them in y equals. If they're both y equals, it'd be graphing, which they're not, so it's not graphing. If they're both in standard, it's elimination, so it's not elimination. Substitution is the best when one variable, one equation is solved for a variable. Or some form of that. Yes, you can use your own words, so you could say one equation is solved for y. You could say I can substitute 2x plus 1 for y, and that's why I use substitution. However you want to verbalize. But you not only have to say which method, but you also have to say why, which is why I went ahead and did that. Also, just to draw your attention to it, elimination is the same thing as linear combination. Okay, so be prepared for either of those names. All right, so on number 3, what is the best method for solving the systems and why? So again, here, what do you notice about these two equations? We don't have any y equals, so it's not graphing. We don't have anything solved, so it's not substitution. It's going to be elimination. What's our other name? Linear combination. And why is it going to be a linear combination? Because when I combine these two equations, what happens with that -6x and that 6x? They eliminate. So you could say that, or you can say they're both in standard form. If you want to make your teacher really happy, that's what you're going to say. They're both in standard form. Or you could say something whereas the -6x would eliminate with the 6x. You could say everything's lined up, so x, x, y, y equals number. I would accept that as well. So as long as you are somehow explaining why linear combination is the best method. All right, this one. Which method would be best to solve? Okay, guys, process of elimination. We've already used substitution and elimination. Which one do you think it's going to be? But let's look at it. Y equals 2x minus 5. Y equals -1/4 x plus 17. That is graphing, and if I was to say y, both equations are solved for y, or both equations are in slope intercept form. So you have to be able to justify. Guys, there's two of these on your test. and it's 6 points apiece. So this could get you 12 points just for being able to justify and explain which method. All right, number 5. Number 5 is going to be the real dinger on your test. Like, that's the one that we're just expecting to have the most missed. But I know that because you're watching this video, you're not going to be one of those people to miss it. Okay? So there's several different methods. Yes, this one is solved for y, and this one is not solved for y. So the best method, efficient method, according to our previous problems, would be substitution, because one of the variables is solved for one of the equations is solved for a variable. Because honestly, I would not use substitution with this problem. We've got a nasty fraction that I don't want to do. I want to teach you a method that you could also use on your test. And so that goes back to our definition of a solution. What is a solution? It is any value that makes the statement, hopefully you're saying it in your head right now because you know that last word, any value that makes the statement true. We had like a million warm-up problems before the last test where we practiced this with inequalities, but it's the same thing. This is an x value. This is a y value. This is an x. This is a y. This is an x. This is a y. This is an x. This is a y. You can replace them in the equations, and whichever one makes both of them true, that is your solution. So I'm going to do that because you can do that on your test, okay? So instead of y, I'm going to put negative 2 equals 4 minus 2. Instead of x, I'm going to put 5 divided by 3. So 4 minus, this is 10, 4 minus 10. So they're saying negative 2 equals, what is 4 minus 10? Negative 6 divided by 3. Is that true? Yes, it is. So let's try it in that other equation. 5, instead of x, I put 5 minus, my y value is negative 2 equals 27. So this is 25. Minus a negative actually means plus. Does 25 plus 2 equal 27? Yes, it does. So we got lucky, and our first one was the solution. But I could substitute for each of these different points, whichever one I thought it was. Okay? And that will work on your test. All right, number 6. Which of the following can be used to solve the following systems by substitution? So we've got to use the substitution. If you have a substitute teacher, is your teacher in the room? No. So when we are substituting, we are physically replacing. It should not still be there. Okay, so how I teach my kids is I'm a bad news first kind of person, okay? So which of these equations looks like the bad news? This yucky one down here, right? So 3x plus 2y equals 13. So our good news would be this y equals 4x plus 1. Why is that the good news? Because the y is by itself. So anywhere there's a y, I am going to replace it with 4x plus 1. I use a wormhole, like this is going to travel through over here. There's also, this is Jack, and you're going to put him in the box, however you want to picture it. We are replacing this y. So we're going to take the 3x plus 2. Our new circle, or our new Jack, is 4x plus 1 equals 13. Okay, so this one, they plugged it into the x, so that's not right. We still have x's and y's. You don't ever want to have x's and y's. That is not right. Okay? But here, what's the only difference between those two? This one still has the y. Guys, this is when your highlighting technique of the differences in the answer choices would help. Okay? This one has a y. When we are substituting, is your teacher still in the room? No. This is wrong. This is right. All right, 7. The length of a rectangle is 5 times the width. Anytime you're reading a word problem, guys, highlight and dump. Okay? So the length, I'm going to use L, is, that means equals, 5 times the width. Right there, the question is defining the variables. What two variables do I have in that first equation? I have length and I have width. I don't even have to read that other sentence because I can already see I'm dealing with length and width. So your answer is B. Because perimeter, yes, perimeter is something we don't know, but can we use length and width to find perimeter? Yeah. So that's what we're going to do in number 8. We already have this first equation, L equals 5W. So we can eliminate B and we can eliminate C. Okay. But to get that other equation, how do we find perimeter? Hopefully you'll know we add up all the sides, right? Here's our rectangle. We're going to add up all the sides. Length, length, width, width. So if I add them all up, how many lengths do I have? 2 lengths, 2 widths, and it equals 24. So there's your answer. Here, it's the same problem. So we've got our two equations, L equals 5W, and 2L plus 2W equals 24. And it wants us to find the solution. Okay, so we could check our points. Plug in 1 for 1 and see if it gives us that. 5 times 5, is that 24? No, it can't be that one. Okay. 5 times 5, is that 25? Yeah, possibly that one. 5 times 2, is that 10? Yes. 5 times 3, is that 15? Yes. Okay. And we could keep checking it. Or, because of this, how it's set up, what is the most efficient method? Substitution. And why is substitution the best? Because 1 is solved for a variable. So just to kind of increase your exposure to it, I'm going to show you our substitution steps. So again, we start with the bad news. 2L plus 2W equals 24. And our good news, L equals 5W. So anywhere there's an L, I'm going to put 5W. So 2, our new circle, is 5W plus 2W equals 24. Notice, this only has W's. That's how we could eliminate this answer choice up here, right? Because it still had X's and Y's. No, we can't solve a problem like that. Okay? So here, 2 times 5W is 10W plus 2W equals 24. Combine your like terms. 12W equals 24. Divide by 12, divide by 12. So W equals 2. Okay, normally we'd have to go back over here to the good news side. But guys, look at your answer choices. How many of them have a W of 2? Only this one. Let's just check and make sure, because Miss Higginson has all the time in the world, right? Because it's not like I have a house or a family or anything. Okay, so if we go back and we do our good news now, this is the easy side. L equals 5. Instead of W, I put 2. 5 times 2 is 10. Beautiful. So 210, that is our answer. All right, Leo's Limos charges 50 cents per mile plus a cleaning fee of $25. Rachel's Rides charges 75 cents per mile with a $10 cleaning fee. These can be modeled by these equations. What is the solution? Normally, I would be dumping this as I'm going. Per tells me it goes with the x. So we've got 0.50x plus a cleaning fee of 25, so plus 25. There's one equation. Rachel's Rides charges 75 cents per mile, so 0.75x with a $10 cleaning fee, so plus 10. And that's my other equation. But guys, guess what? They gave it to us this time, so I could check. Yes, I wrote my equations correctly. Notice they're using C equals an N. Is that okay? Is it the same thing as X and Y? Yeah, it doesn't matter, okay? So these are both in Y equals, so the most efficient method would be graphing. Let's just go on our calculator. 0.50x plus 25, 0.75x plus 10. Where are they the same? Okay, they're either going to be big numbers, so let's go to 55. Second graph. No, they're not the same there. Let's try 60. Second graph. Yes, they are the same at 60, 55. Leo's limo charges 50 cents per mile plus a $25 cleaning fee. Oh my gosh, same equations. Got it. How many miles until they're equal? So which one represented the miles? Per what? Mile. That's your X. Per mile. Miles are X's. So the 60 is the miles. How much will they cost when they cost the same amount? Cost is our C, which was our Y. So the Y value is 55. Guys, all that is determining what each thing represents. This is the miles. This is the cost. All right, Dennis mowed his next door neighbor's lawn for a handful of dimes and nickels, 80 coins in all. Upon completing the job, he counted out the coins and it came to $6.60. What does the solution DN represent? I'm going to go ahead and write my equations just because I like to do that. I like to dump. Okay, so he's got dimes and nickels, 80 coins in all, and it comes out to $6.60. So if we're talking about dimes and we're talking about nickels, there are 80 of them. Why didn't I use the $6.60? Because that's money. Yes, I know dimes and nickels are money, but they are coins. If you're talking about the money, a dime is 10 cents, a nickel is 0.05 cents, and it equals $6.60. The dimes and the nickels are not the cost, it's how many coins he has. So the total amount of money he made, no, that's $6.60. Okay, the value of the dimes and the nickels, no, a value of a dime is 10 cents, the value of a nickel is 5 cents. That's not a variable. The number of dimes and the number of nickels, yes, that's what this is. Dimes, number of nickels, total coins is 80. All right, Miss Higdon went to get Halloween candy when it was on sale because that's what I love to do. She bought 3 times as many bags of chocolate candy as fruit-flavored candy. Okay, this is kind of tricky on how to write it. I like to draw a picture. She bought 3 times as many bags of chocolate candy. So which one is more? The chocolate candy. And then here is the fruit candy. So if I was to write this as an equation, the chocolate candy is 3 times as much as the fruit candy. Okay? In total, she bought 12 bags of candy. So with the chocolate and the fruit flavored, it's 12 bags. Is it reasonable to assume that she purchased 3 bags of chocolate? So is it reasonable to assume that 3 is our C and 9 bags of fruit flavored candy? Our fruit flavored candy is 9. So let's see, does that work? So this is saying that we only bought 3 bags of chocolate and 9 bags of fruit, where we already said 3 times as many bags of chocolate. This one should be the more one. So, no, it's not reasonable. So we can eliminate our yeses. And why is it not reasonable? Because the bags do not equal 12. 3 plus 9, yes, that's 12. No, because the amount of chocolate candy is not 3 times that of the fruit flavored. Yes, this is not 3 times as much as our fruit flavored. So be careful. Think about which one is actually more. Michelangelo decided to order Pizza Hut last night. Dude, we all know that that's not the brand of pizza that the Ninja Turtles orders, but that's okay. We're going to let it slide. Michelangelo decided to order Pizza Hut last night. He purchased 3 pizzas, I'm just going to say 3P, and 2 orders of breadsticks, 2B, for a total of $29.50. Donatello ordered 2 pizzas and 3 orders of breadsticks for a total of 23. Set up a system and let P represent pizza and B represent breadsticks. Well, I already did that because I'm a genius, okay? I just like to use the first letter, actually. So let's see which one matches. 3P and 2B should go with the 2950. 3P, 2B, 2950. 3P, 2B, ooh, that's not right. 3P, 2B, 2950, nope. What the heck are they doing there? BP, fool? No. So it's got to be A. There we go. Okay, Dennis mowed his neighbor's lawn. Hey, this is what we just did. Which system of equations could be used to find the exact number? Let's look at what we wrote on the other page. We've got dimes and we've got nickels. There's 80 coins. Dimes are worth 10 cents. Nickels are worth 0.5 cents, 0.05, sorry. And it equals 660. Guys, money, money, money. You have to have the money value if you're equaling money. These are just coins. Coins, coins, coins. Money, money, money. Okay? So which one matches? No, that's got D plus N with 660. That only has D plus N. A dime is worth 10 cents, so that's not right. So there's your answer. There are 75 people on the bus. There are 7 more girls than boys. Okay, again, draw your picture. Anytime you're seeing more, let's see which one is which. More girls. So this is your girls, this is your boys. So the girls is equal to the B, and the difference between here, how many more are there? 7 plus 7. Okay, write and solve the systems of linear equations to determine how many boys and girls are on the bus. Oh, you can't see any of that. I apologize. Okay, so there are 7 more boys than girls. So girls are more, and you have to add the 7 to the boys to make it equal to the girls. And then there's 75 people. So the girls plus the boys equals 75. Okay, the best method to solve this would be what? Substitution. Because one equation is solved for a variable. So let's do our good news, bad news. G plus B equals 75. G equals B plus 7. And why is this the good news? Because it's solved for G, and it's the same thing as B plus 7. So our new circle, B plus 7 plus B equals 75. So 2 B's plus 7 equals 75. Subtract our 7, subtract our 7. 2B equals 68. Yeah, that's right. Divide by 2, divide by 2. So B equals 34. So 34 boys. Looking up here, are there any of them that have 34 boys? This one, right here. Now, you could just check it, okay? 7 more girls than boys. Are there more girls than boys? Yes, but not 7 more. 7 more girls than boys. Are there 7 more girls than boys? No. Are there 7 more girls than boys? Yes. Would these add together to give me 75? 41 plus 48? No, that's 89. So that one's not your right answer. So if you didn't want to actually solve it, couldn't work out your equations, just plug them in. Think about what it's saying and see if it works. Solve by elimination. Okay, so they're just wanting us to solve it. I have to eliminate something. Nothing eliminates right away. First step, line them up. X, X, Y, Y equals number, number. So yes, they are lined up. Okay, I'm going to pause this because the bell just rang, class is going to start, and I will be back in a moment. Okay, so we are back. Number 18. I know y'all don't even know that I left, right? Solve by elimination. Don't forget, another name for elimination is linear combination. Because what we're doing is we are combining the two equations, in hopes of eliminating something. So first we got to line them up. X, X, Y, Y equals number. All good. We have to make sure that something eliminates. It's not elimination if something doesn't eliminate. So what could I multiply by to make them eliminate? Well, it depends on if you want to eliminate the x's or the y's. 4x would eliminate with a negative 4x. So I'm going to multiply all of these by 2. So we have this top equation, 4x minus 6y equals negative 6. If I multiply all of these by 2, we get negative 4x minus 24y equals negative 24. Okay, so those eliminate. We're going to combine them or add down. So negative 30y equals a negative 30. We divide by negative 30. So y equals 1. Well, that's got a 1, that's got a 1. Can't be b. That one's got a 1. So I still have to find my x because there's more than one answer choice with y. So I'm going to come over here in this space, and you just plug it back into one of your originals. Doesn't matter which one. So 4x minus 6, instead of y I put 1, equals negative 6. So 4x minus 6 equals negative 6. Add 6, add 6. So 4x equals 0. Divide by 4, divide by 4. So x equals 0. Man, I wish I'd solved for x first, because this is the only one that has x equal to 0. I'm just going to say, if I was just looking at this, I would think that it was either A or B, because they're almost the same, it's just flipped. I'm just saying. But not always, but just using process of elimination, that's what I would guess. Alright, number 19. This is a logic question. We don't have to solve anything. What should I eliminate if I'm asked for the value of x? If I want x, what should I get rid of? The y. If you want x, we don't need the y's. That's what you should eliminate. So what do I need to multiply the top equation by to eliminate the y's? So we want to eliminate these terms. So what eliminates with a negative 6? A positive 6. There's nothing there, so 6 times 1 would give you that positive 6. What is the x value of the solution? So this is why we wanted to eliminate the y's. It's asking for the x, so let's eliminate the y's. So we multiply the top by 6, negative 36x plus 6y equals negative 12. You have to multiply every single thing by 6. Just copy this other equation down. And then I'm going to combine them. So these give you 39x, negative 39x. 6y and a negative 6y eliminate. Negative 12 plus 12 is 0. Divide by negative 39. So x equals 0. So what is the x value? 0. 22. Okay, it doesn't give me directions, it just gives me points. So I know that it's asking for one of the points. So what would be the best method? Elimination. Or, what's another name for elimination? Anyone remember? Linear combination. You got to know both of the names. And why is it the best or the most efficient? You could say because everything's lined up. X, X, Y, Y equals number. They're both in standard form because the 2x would eliminate with the negative 2x. Any of those examples or explanations. So since it already eliminates, all we have to do is combine them or add them. 2x plus a negative 2x That's gone. Negative 3y and a negative 2y is a negative 5y. Negative 26 plus 26 is 20. We divide by negative 5, so y equals negative 4. Do I even need to plug it back and find x? Look at your answer choices. Negative 9, negative 4, that has y as negative 4. This has 9, this has 4, this has negative 9. A is the only one that has a y value that would work. 23. What should you multiply this first equation by if you want to eliminate the x? So what eliminates with a negative 2x? A positive 2x. So how do I get a positive 2 if there's already a negative there? Negative 2. What is a situation that would match the following systems? Okay, guys, y'all are good at this, okay? You know your pers and eaches and everys, your key words. So let's just read the examples and write the equations. So Nathan has $7 and gets paid $15 per hour. So number of hours is your x's. So we've got $7 plus 15x. Y'all see that anywhere? There's a 15x, but it doesn't go with 7. Nope, not that one. So let's look at the next one. Nathan has $7 and he gets paid $10 per hour. So that's our x. Ours is x's. So plus 10x. 10x plus 7, is that the same? Yep. So that one matches. Let's try the other one. Simone has $2. So 2. And gets paid $15 per hour. So again, this is our 15x. So does that match? 2 plus 15x. Yes, it does. So this one's your answer. Last question. This one's a yucky one, but y'all are rock stars, so I know you can do it. All right. The school is having a play. They have sold a total of 1,000 tickets. Student tickets cost $5. Guys, if you're reading that in your heads, you know how sometimes we add words that aren't really there? When I'm reading this, I'm thinking student tickets cost $5 each. So that has to go with a variable, right? So we can say 5, you can say x, you can say y, you can say whatever you want to say. So I'm going to say s, 5s for student tickets. General admission tickets cost $8 each. So this 8 goes with a variable, and that's our general admission. They made a total of 6,461. How many of each student and general admission tickets were sold? So we've got this 5S, we've got this 8G, and is it going to equal the 1,000 or the 6,461? Well, the 5 is dollars, the 8 is dollars, so what's my other dollars? Right here. Money, money, money. Money plus money is more money. You got to match up whatever it's talking about. So this 1,000 is talking about tickets. So what are our tickets? Student tickets, what were those? That was our S. General admission tickets, what were those? That was our G's. And now we've got two equations. What would be the most efficient method to solve this? Elimination or linear combination. And why? Because the variables are lined up, or because both in standard form. Because I'm saying it a million times because I want to make sure that you do not miss this 6-point question on your test. All right, so it's not asking for a specific ticket, so we can do whichever one we want. So let's eliminate our G's because I don't like the number 8. 5s are easy to deal with. So to eliminate an 8, what do I need? Negative 8, right? So I'm going to multiply this whole thing by negative 8. So negative 8s minus 8g equals negative 8,000. I'm just going to cross through this so you don't get distracted. And now I'm just going to rewrite it. So 5s plus 8g equals 6461. Negative 8s minus 8g equals negative 8,000. And I am going to add down, or combine them. So 5s plus a negative 8s is a negative 3s. Your g's eliminate, equals, if I do that, if I take 6461 plus a negative 8,000, negative 1539. Divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. So S equals negative 1539 divided by negative 3. S equals 513. Okay, do we know if the S is our X or our Y? No, because it didn't tell us. But look up here. That doesn't have 513. That does. That doesn't. That doesn't. It has to be C. Now, I had people telling me that they were like, well, I just checked to see which one, if I multiplied this first number by 5 and the second number by 8, gave me 6,461. And C was the only one that did that. Guys, do you know what that person's doing when they say that? They're checking a solution. Because our definition of a solution is it makes the statement true. So either way is fine. All right, so that is your review. If you have any questions, be sure to ask your teacher or send me a message on the Remind. But I think y'all are going to do great. And don't forget to turn this in and go online and do it at join.quiziz.com.